Hello everyone, it's Sue here from Scrappy Doo Sue. Hope you're all okay and having a good week so far. Today is Tuesday the 25th of May. I can't believe we're at the end of May already, but we have got a nice bank holiday weekend coming up in the UK, so I mustn't grumble. I actually have this whole week off as leave. I felt that I really needed to have some time out, beginning to feel a bit burnt out and not too well. And totally tired, so tired, you know, that I can just sit in the chair and nod off straight away, which isn't really like me, but I think it's this primary biliary cholangitis that's taking its toll on me, although the 24/7 itching has improved with the ursodeoxycholic acid, so that's all in hand. So, and I'm still having this light therapy treatment. I've got 3 sessions left and I cannot wait now to stop them, because dragging over to Amersham Hospital 3 times a week, it's taking nearly 2 hours out of the middle of my day every time I go, because of the journey and all the HS2 we have along my route to Amersham Hospital. That's causing a lot of disruption. We've now got it in our village down near Hartwell House, which is a beautiful old house and grounds in our village. HS2 are cutting through the grounds, so it's causing a lot of havoc because they put these traffic lights up. They've blocked off a road that I use to go to work. It's kind of a cut through from my village to Stoke Mandeville, and now they've cut off one of the roads permanently. They've stopped it being used permanently because they're now saying that there's going to be a link road eventually in 2024 or something like that. But you know, it's all very disruptive, and that's what I have to face every time I go to Amersham. So you know, I'm up to 2 minutes and 30 seconds of treatment now, because I had to go back down to under 1.5 minutes because my skin wasn't tolerating it. You know, it's not, my skin is quite a fair English skin. It's very freckled. And I never sunbathe because I never ever get a tan. I've got freckles. If I ever joined them up, I'd have a lovely tan. But anyway, that's enough for me. So I'm looking forward to doing a bit more crafting this week. And today, hubby has taken Paddy Dog and they've gone camping. He's taken a few days off as well because he was hoping to go over to Southern Ireland, see his parents, but we couldn't go, so because you know the travelling is not good at the moment, and we can't afford to isolate for 14 days either side, so he's decided to go camping with Paddy Dog. So off they've gone this morning to the Forest of Dean, one of our favourite places in the world, in the UK, and it took him until 10:30 to get going and get sorted out and get off. And then I had to ring him up, and luckily enough he was only down in the village at the garage getting some petrol, but he'd forgotten Paddy's tablets for his seizures. So I had to ring him and he had to come back and get those. And I thought he'd never ever go. Not that I want to get rid of him, of course, but I just wanted to make the most of today. And because obviously yesterday I had to go to Amersham. I took Harry to school in the morning, came home, then I had to go to Amersham, and then I came back. And it took a whole chunk out of my day, Amersham did again. And I just feel that I didn't get a proper day off, you know, it just went in a flash. So I'm really looking forward to now having a bit of time on my own and getting on with stuff. And you won't have Paddy Dog barking at the postman and the couriers. So we might have a bit of peace and quiet this week. Right, so the piece that I've made it with the Peacock Journal in mind. So this is going to be another episode for the Peacock Journal. Is a piece that was inspired by Martina at Teal and Tattered. I saw her make this and I really loved it. And I thought, what a lovely piece. Not one that I've made before. So I thought, let's make one. So I'm going to make one today with you. Now, this took me a long time actually to make, so I'm hoping it won't take so long today. But as you can see, it's actually made out of a double book page. So you take the book page out and use whatever book page you want. Mine is, let's see what mine is. Mine is 4 3/4 wide by 6.5 inches tall. Obviously you want it to fit on your, if you're going to put it in your journal, you want it to fit on your journal page. So that's what we're using, and we're using an envelope to go with it. And I've just picked an envelope that matches the size of my book page with a window in. So this is what it looks like. So I have put a little dangle on there with a sort of a leaf on it in a nice green bulb pin. I've put a tab on there. Now these tabs, I want to give a shout out to Julie at Camellia Craft Designs, because I ordered some oh, I can never think of the name of it, but it's this. It is eyelash trim. I ordered some lovely eyelash trim from her recently, and she packages them up so well. Look at these, aren't they beautiful? And these can be used as labels in journals at a later date. But it's beautiful eyelash trim that she sells. So if you're interested in it, in all colours that you could possibly imagine, you can go on over to her Etsy shop, and I will link that in my description below. But when I bought these from her recently with the Peacock Journal in mind, she sent me some happy mail in the package, and it says a sticker on it, happy mail, and she sent me some of her lovely tabs. I think these are called whale tails, and they're all different sizes, and I'm so delighted with them actually. So they're not a shape of tab that I've actually got. So thank you very much, Julie, for being so kind and thoughtful and adding those in as an extra little gift. I'm really happy with those. Thank you so much. And as you can see, I have used one on here, and I stamped it up, and I'm using the Tim Holtz distress ink called Pine Needles, which is a sort of a teal colour actually. It's a beautiful greeny blue, and I'm using it, and I've edged all of this in it. So what I've done is I've taken the book page. So you take the book page, and you can collage the front. You can put whatever you want on the front. So I've collaged it up with one of Edith Holden's daisies, a little bee and some bling and some lace and bits and bobs to give it some interest. And inside, this is the book page. This I have just put some journaling spots in, and I've left the book page showing, so I like that. I've used a bit of washi tape down here to strengthen this edge, and the back of this is going to be actually down on the page. Now ignore all this, I covered this side by accident. So this could actually go into a pocket because I've now covered it like that. So I could use that. I might do. I don't know. I might do that, or I could stick it on the page, and I could stick it down two sides and along the bottom and have another pocket at the top. But Martina at Teal and Tattered, she strengthened the side here and on the back. You can do that with some cardstock. You can do it with some, I've done it with washi tape, and then use your crocodile or whatever you've got and put some eyelets in. And then the envelope has twin eyelets in, and it's fastened with, now Martina used jump rings, and I finally found my husband's pliers, pinched them, he doesn't know I've got them. But my eyelets are too small for these. My jump rings, I should say, are too small for these eyelets. Now these eyelets are proper eyelets that come with the crocodile, and they're by the same maker, but they are quite raised. I don't know if you can see that, but they are quite raised. I didn't think of that when I put them in. So what I've done is I've used some of the string that, and this is another shout out, this is to Tania at Tatty Treasure, who, when I made an order with her recently, sent me this lovely bundle of extra bits and bobs for my Peacock Journal. And look at these, aren't they beautiful? I'm so lucky. that, you know, you ladies are so kind. You really are, and I really appreciate all these. They're beautiful, and these are tied up with this was all tied up with this lovely green twine, that string that I know Tania uses in her botanicals series. And you know, Tania sells some lovely things also in her Etsy shop, so I will link that below too. But thank you very much, Tania, because she also sent me her ABCD number stamps, which she doesn't want anymore because she's got a lovely fancy set which look really good actually, but I will make good use of these. So thank you very much, Tania. I really appreciate that. So I just wanted to make sure I shouted out to those two ladies, because I haven't done so far, and I don't want them to think that I took it for granted when I got them and I'm not going to say anything, which obviously I have. So what you do with the envelope is you seal it down, you cut the top open, and you fasten it with these. Now I've used this lovely string that Tania sent me until I can buy some larger jump rings, which I'm going to have a look at and see whether I can get slightly larger ones. I don't actually know what centimetre size these are, but I think these are of a centimetre. That's what I think. Anyway, I don't want to digress too much. So I've decorated this again. This is another journaling spot. This is with some kit paper out of one of the kits I have, and this I think is a free page from one of Janie B's, not free, but it's one of her mystery bundles. And I've made this journaling card so that it fits in the window. So I've covered the back of the window on the inside of the envelope there, so you can't see that blue paper, and I've also covered the top edges to strengthen that. And then I've made this journal card, and I've positioned that, which is a card out of the kit of Calico Collage's Spring Peacock Journal kit, and I've positioned it so it fits in the window this side so that she's peeking through, and I've put a collage spot on the back. And the only reason I did this, because this is a lovely card, is because I accidentally put this down on top of my open distress ink, and there's a bit of green horrible stampy bit on the back there, so I had to cover it. So that's the journal card that goes in there. Now we may not make the journal card today because it's going to be too long a video, but that's basically what it is, and it's inspired, as I say, by Martina at Teal and Tattered, and I'll link her YouTube channel below too, because she makes some beautiful things and she has some absolutely lovely kits, and I'll link her shop too, okay, in the description below. So that's what we're making today, so let's get on with it. I'm running out of space on this desk. I don't know why, but I just seem to always overload it with everything. I am planning to have a bit of a sort out with stuff if I can. But, you know, I've got a week off, and I can bet you the week will go in a flash. Anyway, let's get going. So, first of all, I'm going to cover the front page. Now, I think I might have that as the back page because that's rather dark for me. This is a book page out of a needlecraft book, an old needlecraft book. So I think what I want is I want that on the back because, yeah, it's a bit overpowering, I think. Okay, so we're going to, first of all, we're going to decorate this. We'll leave the envelope to one side. And I have some... Let me just move these out of the way. So I have to put them on the floor at the moment. I have some bits and bobs for collage in here. I have a whole pile of bits. So I don't want to cover up the whole of the page, but I want my glue book and I want my glue stick here. So I don't want to cover up the whole page. I just want to... collage it really. So I'm going to collage it with just bits and pieces. I like to make sure that the treble clefs down the side on the left hand side mean that the paper's up the right way. I hate to think I might put music paper up the wrong way. So I'm just going to tear that edge off like so. And maybe we'll have that. We've got to pick something a bit different to the last one. So we have a piece of Edith Holden's book page. So all these bits that I've picked out will all go in with, matching with the colour scheme of my Peacock Journal. So let me find my tear ruler and tear some of this off. So I hope everyone's doing okay and having a good week so far. Weather has been atrocious. Hubby and I and Paddy Dog, we went to Hastings overnight for the weekend. Because we're the types, we do like to get away, and we just, you know, either go camping at last minute, or we will book a hotel that's pet friendly. And we found a lovely pet friendly hotel in St Leonard's, which is adjacent to Hastings, and we love Hastings. We like that part of the coastline. So we thought, right, we're going to go, and this hotel had a very good offer on, obviously, because they're all trying to make money at the moment. So we found one that took dogs, and it's a beautiful hotel called the Royal Victoria, and it's kind of, I'd say it was 4-star, kind of. I don't know what the rating was actually. I didn't look. My husband sorted all that out, and we had a nice room with Paddy, and he's used to going in hotels by now. And then they let you go down to breakfast, not in the dining room, but they had a piano room, and they had a lovely guest book in there, which signed by Queen Victoria. So you've had lots of illustrious lords and ladies, and you name it, Queen Victoria, Tennyson, all sorts of famous people, prime ministers, I think Gladstone and someone else staying there over time. And yeah, so just take a bit more for this. So it was very, very nice. So we just had bed and breakfast. We just mooch about and go and find somewhere, you know, but unfortunately the weather was not good, but we managed to dodge the rain a few times, so we got some lovely walks in, which we wanted to do. So that's what we like doing when we go away. And yeah, so we've had a lovely, even though we came back very damp and windswept, we had a nice break. It was just nice to get away. I'm going to use this Distress ink, pine needle, and I'm going to quickly distress around all of these pieces. Yeah, so that was, and then this was the week that we were planning to go over to Greystones, which is sort of a suburb of Dublin, where Dara's parents live, right by the sea. They're on the coast. They're literally 10 minutes from their house down the road to the sea, which is lovely. And yeah, sadly we couldn't, because, well, I did try and encourage my husband to go on his own, but then, you know, we couldn't work out whether Southern Ireland was in the green zone or not for going away. And when he looked up the airlines, it was clear that he would still have to have the PCR test, even though he's had both jabs now, and he would have to isolate. Well, nobody can do that. Nobody can afford to be off work for that length of time. So I'm going to stick these down. Yeah, so we haven't gone, obviously, so I just kept my days off. I thought I could do some time off. and then he started going back camping, and I love camping, but not in this weather. It's not really my thing in this weather, to be honest. And he knows that, and we're quite happy to do our own thing from time to time. You know, we don't live in each other's pockets, and he needs a break. So, yeah, so he's gone off with Paddy dog. Paddy loves going off with him, and Paddy hasn't been to the Forest of Dean yet. Our previous dog, Minnie, God bless her, who had cancer and passed away. She was 15 and a half. She absolutely loved it, walking in the forest, because they have lots of wild boar in there, and we actually heard a family of them when we were there last. I mean, we haven't actually been there for, we must be getting on for about 10 years, because Minnie passed away when we moved to this house. So yeah, so we haven't been there with Paddy, so he's going to absolutely love it because of all the smells and obviously the wild boar everywhere. So the butchers sell wild boar. It's kind of a local specialty. They do sausages and all sorts in it. I suppose it's probably more gamier than pork, but I am going to just distress the back, even though I'm planning probably on putting it on, sticking it on a page, just in case. You never know what you decide to do with these things, and just it's nice to keep your options open, really. Just so happens that that piece I showed you that I've made, my example, I had accidentally put that journaling spot on the wrong side. Just something you have to watch out for. Easy mistake to make. Right, okay. So now I want to put a little bit of lace on there, a bit of interest. Let's have a look. See what we've got. We've got some of this. Just want to put a piece, actually a big piece that we can cut out. So I may actually use a bit of this that Tania sent to me. I don't know if this will tear off. I don't want to cut into the whole piece. I just want a piece to give it some dimension and interest, and I like the frayed area, so I may have it. Just have a quick see, where do I want it? Do I want it along the top? Do I want it there? Or shall I just have a piece? I'm going to put it down here because it's just, you know, a bit of interest. So I think I'm going to try and put it down with my art glitter glue. Martina was using her hot glue gun, and you know, I bought a hot glue gun. I only bought, well, I'd get it's probably a cheapo one from a stationery kind of art come toy shop that we have in the UK called The Works. I do love The Works because I absolutely love books, and so I bought it in there. So it wasn't hugely expensive, but because I've never used one, I thought, let's get this wipe, that so I don't know if this is going to actually stick down with this. I've got a feeling it's not going to. Well, we'll just see. We'll see. We'll just leave it like that. Then we can add some more glue there if need be. I just want to see. Right, okay, so I want to put some bling on it as well. Not often I use all my blingy bits, so let's see, what should we put on? But quite nice. Or these are a bit bigger. Quite like those green ones. And shall I use these those out. Oh, I'm not happy about those. I don't really want silvery colour on them. So I think it will be either the blue or the greens. So let's use up the greens we've already opened. And I like to count them because I like to do mine in sets of 3. A bit strange, I know. So I thought that would go nicely there. So I'm actually going to use, I'm going to use a bit of this 3-in-1 for this. Even though these are sticky and they are sticking to my fingers, they never seem to want to stay on a page unless you add some glue to them. So I'm going to put that there. Put it up there actually, like that. All nice. And what else do we want on here? Let's see, have we got a nice piece of that lovely teal lace left? So I'm going to cut that in half. Still got those stuck to my scissors. They'll stick to anything when you don't want them to stick to anything. So I hope you can still see me and that I'm in shot. I'm having problems with camera angles at the moment. Might have to look at a new tripod, you know, I don't know. So I quite like that down there. Maybe we'll go for that one up there. That's nice. It just gives it a bit more interest on the sheet. Just check I've got the right side. I have there. And this one. Sometimes it's easier just to glue down on the actual page. Like so. Now I like that. Okay, so now it needs something to make it stand out a bit. So have I got a butterfly on here that I could put on? Now these butterflies are huge, aren't they? I mean, dare I put a big butterfly on? What do you think? Or shall we put one of Tim Holt's butterflies on? Let's have a look. I should have got these out. I'm going to get this box out, which I need to find some bigger boxes. Well, actually, I've got some lovely die cut ones that I think would go nicely. Let's use one of those because they're quite delicate looking. Now these are made for me by, I bought these from, it's all a bit too samey, isn't it, that colour. I bought these from Violet, and Violet has a shop on eBay, so I could link her shop. Now the green's nice if I put something behind it. So let's see. Green one's probably the one. I'll just have a look at this one. This is a stripy one. No, I think I prefer this one. I prefer that one. I'm going to put something behind it. So let's put those in there. Okay, so I'm going to put some of this webbing behind it. Yeah, I love this webbing actually. This is something that I saw Tania from Tatty Treasure using initially, and I really liked it. And I can see that you can actually get different colours of this, so that would be nice. I'm just taking off the sharp edges, I don't like them. Take those off. And I don't like it kind of square on, so I'm thinking of maybe, see, that would be quite nice there, whether to have that there or to have it here covering up the music paper bit, maybe there. Then we could have maybe a label. I've got some Tracy Fox labels in this box. Let's see, what do we got? Everything's green, isn't it? Perhaps I'll go for something a different colour too. What about blue one would be nice. I was just looking to see if there was a definition that might be nice and appropriate, but so these are from Tracy Fox at Love Junk Journals. Leaf, that will be blue. Vegetation, something with just, so we've got that one there, that stands out quite nicely. See if there's a smaller one. There's one here, it says August 29th. And there's that one there. Lots of letters. They're in a sort of a very dark blue. I'm never too sure, you know. Just have a number down here. And what else have we got here? We've got that in black. That in red. I don't really want to introduce red, to be honest. Okay, I think that's enough shuffling about in these, isn't it? Let's put those up there. Okay. So we've got a dark blue, kind of a dark, this is a dark bluey black. We've got that one and we've got that one, and I'm inclined to actually put all three on. I don't know if that's overload. Alternatively, we could put a flower on somewhere. I'm going to go mad and I'm going to put them all on. I made a decision. Ah. Amazing. But I'm not going to put these all down on that gauze either, because it'd be too much. Okay. Wondering whether that would look nice on top of there. That might look nice on top of there. And leave that one in the middle. Here. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to put this down with some Beacon 3-in-1 because it's being stuck down on top of that lace. Like so. We'll get this stuck down. I'm just wondering whether to just cut a tiny bit more off of that, actually. Have that there like so. Put this butterfly on. Yeah, so I don't know what your weather's like, wherever you are. Ours has been absolutely awful. There's been so much rain. Just don't know where it's all come from. And then we've had hailstones, thunder and lightning. I want that one at an angle, like that. Let's use the glitter glue for this one. It's just going down on paper. I hope it's going to cheer up a bit because it's going to be half term, isn't it? And, you know, I remember well when my children were small. It's awful when it's raining constantly and they're on hot school holidays because they get bored easily and they're constantly wanting to do things. Where did I put the lid to this Beacon 3-in-1? Let's just put the lid down on that for a minute. There it is. Pin that quickly while we think about whether we need anything else on here or not. Okay. Now I'm thinking a nice little flower up here, but maybe a flower sticker. That box back up, and I'll just get my stickers out quickly, which are here. I think we'll stick with a sticker. I was thinking about a die cut, but now we have opened these, so what kind of flower do we want? Not that. Something light, I think. That's pretty. That's quite pretty. And there's this one which is tall and narrow and it's yellow. That's quite nice. A daisy. That's a bit wide. I don't want to get too many out. I have to put them all back again. That's pretty, that iris. That one, that's lovely. That's a nice colour, isn't it? These are hard to manoeuvre, aren't they? These little labels that are stickers. They just want to go everywhere. Let's just have a quick flick through these. That one's nice. nice. What about that one? Oh, now too many decisions to make. Oh gosh. Right, I'll just look at this one. Oh, I don't know. I just don't know now what one to use. So not that one. Let's say no to that one. And that's the same one. No to that one. About this one. No. And this one. That one I do like. That I like. I do like this one. I don't know if it's going to get lost on the page. So we put those away. It's going to be between, and that one's a double. It's between these three. So there's that one. Ugh. That one. I'm going to go with that one actually. Now D at D's Crafty Place has said if you do this, roll your finger down off the top. Look at that, it works. Thanks, D. Because I've spent ages trying to get those unpeeled. I'm just going to use the bone folder. Press down. What's lovely about them is you can see everything behind them through them. Just take that little piece of thread off. That's annoying me. I keep thinking it's a hair, but it isn't. Okay, so that's the front. Okay, that's the front done. Now the inside, we're just going to put these back in the packet before they go everywhere and disappear. We are going to find something for journaling spots, and that's what we're going to use for those. Okay, so let's see, what have we got? Got some nice bits of paper, some nice bits of digitals, and we've got, that's a nice digital on the back. I think that's double-sided. That's quite nice, isn't it? And I probably would have enough to do both sides of that one. What else have we got here in this pile? I am actually trying to use up. Right, I think we're going to go this. So, and I'm leaving the book page behind it. So I'm going to use my tear ruler and tear it down. The edge is already torn. See if I can tear that and that tiny bit off the bottom there. Same with this one. So, okay, it doesn't matter if they're not equal, that's the beauty of it. Going to ink around those in the pine needle. That one. It's got a hint of blues and greens in it. Perfect. Now Martina at Teal and Tattered used double-sided tape for hers. I'm going to use my glue stick for mine. Like so. sort of put that in the middle like that. Whoops, and same with that one. Now I think it's actually stopped raining for a bit at the moment. I don't know how long it's going to last, but it's very overcast today. I don't think it'll worry my husband though, he's quite happy pottering about, doing his own thing. They'll be out walking all day. That's what they'll be doing. Should do the dog good as well. Okay, so that's those two done. Leaving the back this time. So that's done. Okay, so put that to one side. Then we're taking our envelope. I think I've buried the envelope. Okay, let's find it. Put these scissors back. Now, did we put all of this on top of it? Now, I'll just bring these over because I can't actually see the envelope. Now, not over there. Let's move those out of the way. Oh, the envelope's here. Sorry, that was a crafter large, as Julie puts it, from Camellia Craft Design. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to seal the envelope down. Okay, we're just going to, these are self-seal, but we are going to use glue, and I'm going to put some glue behind those flaps there, along that bit there. Like so. Okay, and then that's done. Now decide where you want your window. Do you want it up that way, or do you want it that way? Now the last one I did down there, but I think I'm going to have mine up here. And the reason I'm asking that is we're going to cut slither off the top. So decide where you want it, which way up, and you're just going to cut slither off the top. Just make sure that's open. Yes, it is. Okay, this seems to, just excuse me while I just adjust this. That seems to have fallen down. I don't think this tripod that it's on grabs the phone. You know, the bit that you put the phone into, I don't think it grabs it very well. So we're going to have it up that way. So we want to cover this. Now, last time I was very brave and I took one piece of paper and I actually cut the window out. It wasn't brilliant. I mean, it wasn't absolutely 100% perfect, but it was okay. So we need some paper. So we've got this here. This is a digital again, and I'm going to use this. So I'm going to cover it with the whole of this. So you can either collage it around it, or you can cover it. It's entirely up to you. So this is where a tear ruler does not like this thinner copier paper. Let's do that instead. Okay, and I want it more or less to the edge if I can manage it. Okay. Bottom off and the top. Oh, knocking everything down now. Okay, so I'm just looking to make sure this is up the right way. I think it is. Okay, so this is the tricky bit. So I'm just going to take a bit more off of here. Okay, and now what I did before is all I did was take my pencil and you can sometimes feel where that window is. I just marked the edges there and the top, and I did the same at the bottom. So there and there and along there, and then I think it's kind of there and there, like so. I'm going to ink around I just capped this glue quickly. I left this off all night, you know, left the pin out of it. Just chuck that down, bring over our distress ink. I'm going to distress all around this envelope. And I would prefer the window part to be slightly over the window than not, so I don't want that white showing. So all I did was, after I'd marked that area, is I gently folded it like that, wrong scissors, and I cut a piece out of the middle like so. And then once you've done that, you can actually go in and cut round it. I'm just going to cut. Something stuck to these scissors. I thought that was very hard to cut. I'm going to cut kind of just inside the line, or where it's roughly the line is, because as I say, I'd rather it went slightly over the window around the edges than not. I don't want the white envelope showing. Let's hope this is going to work. It may not work. It may be a complete disaster. We don't know yet. I'm just going to try and straighten that edge up. You can rub off your marks afterwards. Okay, so we're going to put that there. So there, I want it like that. So that's okay. That does not have to be completely straight. We've roughened the edges around here. In fact, we will ink round that bit now. We'll just use this tool to see if we can roughen those edges up a little bit. I will rub the marks off before I ink round it. This copy paper is quite thin. I think it's only about, I don't know, 80 GSM, something like that. Okay, where's my rubber? Here it is. Just an ordinary pencil rubber. Now I ink round it to define that window. Yeah, Hastings and St Leonard's area were not too busy actually. Well, Hastings Old Town is beautiful. I don't know if anyone's ever been there, but it's like Lalle's. It's really beautiful. And on the way home on Sunday, we were planning to have a walk along the boardwalk, because you can walk right along the seafront from for miles, and we were going to go out and have a nice walk. And then as we finished breakfast and everything, the heavens opened and it was completely torrential. So we just grabbed the car, got in it, and then we decided to come home. And that was Sunday morning, which is not like us. If we do go away, like for the weekend, we'd usually make a weekend of it, to be honest. I just want that over a bit. This is not going to work. This sticks down so quickly. See if I can get that corner up. Yeah, so anyway, we started driving home and saw the signs for Rye. And we've been to Rye years ago. And that's a very lovely little town. If anyone's ever around that area, stop off and have a look, because it's one town, little town, that refuses to have chain store shops on the high street. So none of the shops are the usual high street shops. They're all local people with beautiful things in, right? And we stopped off there and had a wander around there and had a coffee outside. So I've covered that. I'm happy with that. I'm going to strengthen the inside of here and here, because we're going to be using that as a pocket to put a journal card in. I could see if I've got any of that paper left that I used yesterday, which is this. I'm also going to put a piece of this behind the window like that. So all I'm going to do is, it doesn't matter if you tear it, just take some strips like that. So it's all East Sussex coast. So we really do like the East Sussex coast. We've spent a lot of time travelling around it when, you know, we go out. All I'm going to do is, it doesn't matter if you tear it, just take some strips like that. So it's all East Sussex coast. So we really do like the East Sussex coast. We've spent a lot of time travelling around it when, you know, I am so sorry that was the camera coming out of the holder. It just fell down onto the desk, so I'm really sorry. I'll try and edit that little bit out if I can. I'm not too good at editing the videos, to be honest. I just about managed to join two together. So I'm going to put that inside there, and I'm going to, is this a bit wider? No. So these are the top strips, so I'm going to put that there. So I'm really sorry about that. I hope that didn't frighten you. It frightened me, actually. Gave me a bit of a fright indeed. I'm going to use the glue stick. It's going to put me completely off now what I was doing. Oh gosh. Better be quick before it happens again. So I'm going to have to work out a different scenario for the camera, I think. Otherwise it could happen again. So just popping that along the top rim in there. Because I've used glue stick, it gives me a little bit of wiggle time, whereas I don't find the art glitter glue does. And then I just go around the edge like so with the distressing, and we're doing the same on the back edge of that pocket. Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. That's awful. Goodness me. So I just turned it over. That's actually the front edge of the pocket, not the back edge. And again, it's just to strengthen this envelope for the use of a journaling card to keep going in and out, you know. Okay. If you've got any bits that are showing, you can just trim those off. Like that. Okay, so now we need to, now that has not worked because that's now, that has covered the window. So this is where everything goes to pot now. Okay, let me cut down that edge. See if it will still stick down now. Is that better? Yeah, that's okay, that bit at the back, because we're going to put a piece in there anyway. Okay, let's find that paper. Fortunately, we have a piece that will fit perfectly. And I'm going to put it up that way, like that. Just going to tear that, that's all we're doing, and put some glue on it. As no one's going to see in it, but you just want to make sure that your journal card is not likely to, well, that it's not going to impede your journal card when it goes in and out. So just put it in so that there's a bit either side of that window on all four sides at the back. So just giving that a press down now inside like that. And there we have our window. So now we could make a journal card for that, but we're not doing that today. We'll make a journal card for that in another episode. So that's all of that done. Now we want to do the back of the envelope, and the back of the envelope I'm just going to ink round because I didn't do that, because the back of the envelope is going to be the just check what did I do on the other one. What did I do on the back of the envelope? So we've got the envelope like that. We made a journaling spot. That's what we did. And then you can decorate this window envelope if you want to. It's entirely up to you what you do. Okay, so the back is going to be journaling spot. So I just wanted to make sure I ink round that a bit. Okay. Right, now I have got a nice piece of old book page in this pile somewhere. And I really liked it. Look at the colour. I mean, that's the other side. It's the front inside sheet. So I'm going to put this on. I don't know how well this is going to tear with the tear ruler though. May not like it. I don't want to take too much off it. So I wanted to get rid of that torn edge anyway there. So we'll just get it down there. The trick to using a tear ruler, I found, they're probably slow to the party as usual, is holding it down as firmly as you possibly can, like this. Really pressing hard on it, and that's the only way I find I can get it to work properly. Okay, so I might need a bit more off of the top there, up there I think, like that, and we're going to ink round that quickly. Oh, I like the colour of this. It's very nice. If that black mark is in the paper, I think it is. Right. So I'm gluing this down with glue stick. Gosh, there's always a calamity. If it's not the dog barking or the cat outside wailing, or our Elmo wailing, and he does sound like he's saying out when he wails. It's out, out, out. That's how he sounds. And now we say, oh, Elmo's asking to go out. Elmo's still not out because they still haven't finished round the corner at the nursing home. I have no idea when they're likely to be finished at the moment. But bless him, he is desperate to go out. I feel sorry for him, actually. Okay, so that's that done. So we've got our envelope here. I'm going to have our window here. So we want to get our other piece back. And we want to attach. So I might have mine so that this part is in and that's out, because that's a different colour journal spot to that one. So I want to make sure your dots are in the same place for your crocodile or whatever you're using to make your dots with. So I'm just going to quickly measure this again. So 3, so 2, 4, 6. About there then, that one. And there. Hopefully I'll be able to see my marks to make them a bit bigger. So all I did was I matched it up like this. Actually, I'm just going to put this light on, excuse me. So I think it's gone very, very, very dark. So I hope you can see okay. So I'm just lining this up where I want it. And I'm going to put the same dot there. And the same dot there. Okay. Now I'm going to use the gold eyelets for this because they are much shorter, much thinner. So if I just show you the difference. So that's the greys. I had a pack of greys, whites and blacks. Okay, you can see they're rounded, so if you can see from that side they're quite deep compared to the flatness of this. So that's what I'm going to use. So I want let's have a look. Let's get these out. I need to put these, I've got a nice amount of here actually. So I want 5 because we're going to put one in the tab when we put that on. We haven't done that yet. So I have 5 of those. Now I've got one of those little boxes with multi bits and bobs in it, you know, what do you call it? Little in apertures in it. I don't know what you call them. Oh, the cat started now. Not our cat, the cat outside. Right, bring in the crocodile before I start waffling on. Now, first thing we have to do is we do need to cover this with some washi tape. It's a good job I remembered, isn't it? So let's see, shall we use that? We'll use that one today. This one. It's got a nice leaf design on it. So I'm going to have to match the holes up again. I'm going to put, right. Okay, Susan, you need to glue this down so it won't stick otherwise. So let's get the glue stick and go up and down there for a minute. Yeah, I've gone a bit to pot now, haven't I? It's completely put me off what I was doing. That crashing down. Okay, so that's going to go there. And I'm going to go round the back with it. Like that. like that. Scissors. Can trim off those edges afterwards, or they can, no, I won't fold them back, they become a bit too bulky then. Okay, right, so that's that. And I just have to match these lines up again to make sure I've got this up the right way. Match the two spots up again now. So I want one here like that and one here like that. Okay. Okay, right. Crocodile. And I'm using the bigger holes. That one, it won't go through the washi very easily. Like so. I need to just trim that off like that. Okay, and then now the mistake I made before as well was I want the good side of this showing this side. Yes, I do. So let's put the holes in this. Like so. Okay. So I want them both showing upwards like that. So put the first one in like this. Okay, that didn't work. Oh, I have to really press hard. Make sure it's not rough. I'm definitely going to have to get some bigger jump rings. That's the answer. I don't think the jump rings are going to fit through these either. Like so. Okay. And then this side. Now, I don't know whether I've got it up the right way, the wrong way. I just don't know with this crocodile, you know. I'm making it look really difficult, aren't I? Oh, I know I am, because gadgets and me don't really go very well together, to be quite honest. See, that's got stuck. I'm making that's now come out of there, and that's got itself. I've completely wedged this now and I can't get it off. Oh dear me. Maybe I've got it up the wrong way, do you think? Does anyone know if I've got that the wrong way? Let's try it. Well, that's better. Don't know if that's the right way, the wrong way. My instructions are awful. So one of them looks awful on there. May have to try and get that off and do another one. Isn't that awful? I don't know if that, no, look at that, I've ruined it. I have to try and get that out. That's definitely the wrong way up. Okay. To get another one out for the tab. So I want it up this way. I don't know why I'm struggling so much with it. Okay, that's in. Right. That's better. That's all right. I mean, these are the ones that came with it, so I don't think they're the wrong ones. So I'm not happy with this one. I wonder if I can get that out. I may have to leave that one. Just put another press down. Yeah, may have to leave it like that. Okay, so that's our top there. So the idea is to get a jump ring to go around there and there. But obviously I can't do that today because my jump rings are not big enough. So we'll use some more string, do you think? Let me just get the string, hold on. Okay, just going to, I haven't got any more of that string, but I've got some baker's twine here, and I think we'll use that one. I think that's a nice colour. So we'll just use some of this temporarily, really, until I get the jump rings. Oh, now the cable's decided to show itself. Goodness me, I hope you can see this and it's all been fine, apart from that awful calamity. I'm going to, I think, invest in a... So I've got two. One attaches itself to the shelf above me, and then it's on a very short sort of... well, it looks like a hose, but it's not. And then the other one, so put them together like that, and I'm going to thread that through there. No, actually, if we thread them that way, so we want them like that, because I want the knot at the back. Yeah, so that's the first one I ever had, and it has a ring light with it, but it doesn't work, the ring light, unless you plug it into your computer. So I don't want to have my laptop on when I'm crafting, because I've got to find somewhere to put it, and there's nowhere. So that's my dilemma. So that wasn't very effective. Luckily enough, we didn't pay much for that one. I think we might have bought it in Aldi or somewhere like that anyway. I think it was a supermarket one. And so there we have it. I've tied mine like that. Okay. Oh gosh, I've tied them a bit tight now. Oh, I'm not having a good day now, am I? It's all gone to pot, hasn't it? All gone to pot. Right, just snip that. And that one. Get rid of it. And try again. Yeah, so I think the second one we bought from Amazon, it's got sort of a clamp, it clamps onto your desk. It's on a long arm, comes up and over in the middle of your desk. Only thing is with that is it only comes over part way, because it depends whereabouts on your desk you clamp it, as to, you know. So I'm not going to knot them. I'm just going to put that like that at the moment, so we can just see how loose we want them. Should have done that the first time. as I've said before, my videos tend to be how not to do things, I think. I don't know. Oh, that's now fraying. I think it's because this is rough, this eyelet. So I must practice more with this crocodile. I haven't, to be honest, I don't really use it very much. Okay, so we want it like that. So we're not going to tie it tight. Gosh, this baker's twine has decided it's going to be a bit frayed looking. So I have it loose, and this one's the same, loose. Check we can open it, we can, and it's not impeded, it isn't. So that's why the jump rings are the best way to do this. I'm just going to knot this very loosely now, like that. And again, like that. There. Okay. Right. Let's cut these off. Although we aren't going to keep it on. I'll keep those bits. Okay. Right. I seem to have too much out on my desk. Okay, so this is the final piece. So there you have it. You have your front, your journaling spots inside, your nice envelope with a window to put a nice journal card in, and the back is another journal spot. And then you can just glue it down on your page, glue it those three sides, and you can have another tuck spot in the top. And there we have it. That's what they look like. So there's the other one. So the last thing we need to do, and that's just reminded me, sorry ladies and gents, I've completely gone pot now. I know I have, because of what's happened with the camera. Just going to ink round one of these small whale tails that Julie kindly sent me, and I stamped on my last one. So I've just got this little rubber stamp, and all I did was just do the center of it like that, and took it and stamped on it like that. Now I've done that one in brown. The last one I did it in the peacock green. Just gives it that little bit of interest on there like that, you see. Okay, right, and we're going to stick that on like so. And then we've finished, and I shall go away and lick my wounds from being embarrassed about my camera. Well, it's actually my mobile phone, falling down during filming. So that's a first, isn't it, for me? I don't know if it's happened to anyone else. It can only happen to me, can't it? So I want it on there like so. Make sure it's straight, like that. And I want it to come out a little bit like that, so that we can put a hole in it. Move it up slightly. There we are. Okay, take the crocodile, let's pin the glue, take the crocodile, and I'm only going to put a small hole in it just down in the bottom corner like that. Okay. Find a bold pin. And I think we will have the green again. Actually, we'll go for a bronzy coloured one today. That one as it's already opened. And I've got some, well, these are a combination, I think, of leaves. Well, I think they possibly are all leaves, or some of these look a bit feathery to me. So I want one of these lovely ones. And make sure I've got it round the right way. I probably haven't. There, like that. So that goes in there, that goes like that, and there we have our charm. So there we have them both. So that tab I put up higher. I think I prefer it higher actually. So there we have them, 2 pieces inspired by Martina at Teal and Tattered. Like so. Okay everyone, let's move that out of the way. Okay everyone, that went on the floor. God. I have to laugh, because if I don't laugh I might cry, you know. It's just been a disaster again. Oh gosh. Okay. I'm going to say goodbye now. You'll be pleased to know. You don't have to watch me again at the moment. And I hope you enjoyed this little project, and obviously give it a go. It's really interesting, really nice little piece. And I'll see you again soon. Take care everyone. Bye bye.